want to talk a little bit today about how science is starting to merge with the world in the realm of spirituality in a pretty exciting way. The perspective changes and opportunities that are coming from this kind of merge between these two worlds brings a lot for everyone to find something that they align with and resonates, that has truth backed up in either world, either realm. It's really beautiful possibilities in store. But the specific one that I want to talk about for today is science and synchronicities in the spiritual realm. There are no coincidences type of energy and belief, and people experiencing undeniable signs and synchronicities that are so personal to them that they have this unshakable ground of faith established. And where this is starting to merge with the science realm is located in the brain. The brain has a part that is called the reticular activating system. And if you already know about that, then you'll know that basically the reticular activating system in the brain is what's responsible for calling things to your attention throughout the day. It's basically the piece, the component in your physiology that is making certain numbers or colors or people or cars stand out to you. Like, for example, if you have a favorite car, you will probably notice that car everywhere. If you have an ex that you know their car very well, you will notice their vehicle everywhere while you're still recovering from that breakup. So this has long been known in the science world, and the spiritual world has long known about signs and synchronicities, and a lot of people can attest to experiencing that. So what I want to discuss with it, since both realms have already been long known about, is just how they merge. They don't cancel each other out. Just because it's proved in the scientific world of things that there's an actual piece of the brain that allows for us to experience that, and is the piece that is responsible for helping us to notice things that are important to us. That's the whole key here, is that what we notice and what stands out to us is important to us. And there's a reason for that. There's always a reason. Whether you think it's obsessive or not, there's something to learn from everything that you care about. There's a lesson, there's a test, there's a gift, a reward, an experience that you are meant to have 345 and 347. There's all of these things are meant to be what we're supposed to experience. And so it's not coincidence that you are drawn to certain things and that you are paying attention to and noticing certain things. And I think that in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual side of things, when we talk about spirit teams, spirit guides, ancestors, angels, source, universe, God, the spirit, any of those types of concepts, why wouldn't they use what they already know is working for us in their brain? Like the path of least resistance, just like water, the water always follows the path of least resistance. And we do too. Like as humans, like if there's a way to work smarter and not harder, generally speaking, most people want to go for that route. And it's healthy. It's not lazy. It's to conserve energy for other tasks and other things as much as possible. So same thing in the spiritual realm. who's not to say that angels and spirit teams and God and source in the universe aren't using what is God-given design in our brains to help us to notice different things throughout our day, and then to set in motion those signs and synchronicities that are so personal and are so special to each of us individually that they're just too perfect. Anyway, I think this is a really, really fascinating realm. Science is also starting to conclude the same thing that spirituality and spiritual practices and people involved in more of that realm and dimension of things have known for a long time, and that is the work of energy. And quantum physics and quantum mechanics, they are discovering how much energy is able to be read now by, like, the technology has increased so much that they're able to actually measure energy coming off of a being, for example, or coming off of a tree, or coming off of literally like the words that we speak. Powerful, right? In the beginning was the Word, and God created the heavens and the earth. Like, that is energy at work, energy in motion. And now science is able to prove some of these things more and more and more as technology increases, which is, I believe, God-given resources of downloads as the world at large is more ready to increase their capacity. And is being tested to see if, like, how we handle certain things. So super interesting concepts to consider and to ponder on today as you go about your day, and just notice and allow your mind to be open to the possibility that you can receive sources of confirmation from two worlds that in previous centuries used to be entirely, and even in the last several decades have been entirely contradictory to each other, and have not seemed to be harmonious at all. There has been a separation and a strong distinction and almost rivalry between these two realms and worlds. I love to see the proving of harmonies, the proving of contraries, I think is actually the term for it, the proving of contraries. And there is a realm and a dimension where two worlds can coexist, or more realms can coexist all at the same time and hold their own truth and speak to each other's truths as well. Really, really powerful, fascinating little world to dive into for a Sunday afternoon.